The Atlantic is calm. The sky is clear. It is December 5th, 1945. 5 U.S. Navy torpedo bombers, known as Flight 19, lift off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. They are experienced pilots, well-prepared, well-equipped. The flight should take 3 hours, but within minutes, something goes wrong. Radio chatter crackles with tension. A pilot says, "This is Flight 19. Something's wrong." Silence. Then another message. "We can't tell where we are." The compass needles spin wildly. The pilots argue about their heading. Their voices grow more frantic. One says, "We can't make out anything. Everything looks wrong. Even the ocean looks green." Then the final words, "We're completely lost." And the sky goes silent. All 5 planes vanish. No debris, no oil slick, no bodies, nothing. A massive rescue operation launches immediately. A Martin Mariner flying boat dives into the search with 13 crew members. It also disappears without a trace. 6 planes, 27 men, gone in a single afternoon. The U.S. Navy investigation ends with one chilling line: cause of the disappearance, unknown. But Flight 19 was not the beginning. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle goes back much further. Even Christopher Columbus, on his first voyage to the New World in 1492, reported strange phenomena in this exact patch of ocean. He wrote in his logs about a great flame of fire crashing into the sea. Days later, he described a strange light flickering in the distance. And most disturbingly, he reported that his compass began to malfunction, giving erratic readings that terrified his crew. If the triangle could confuse the greatest navigator in history, what chance do modern sailors have? Fast forward to 1918, the USS Cyclops. This was not a small boat. This was a massive collier ship of the U.S. Navy, over 500 feet long, carrying 306 crew members and thousands of tons of manganese ore. It departed from Barbados, heading for Baltimore. It never arrived. No distress signal was ever sent. No SOS. No wreckage was ever found. The ship simply ceased to exist. It remains the single largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. naval history. President Woodrow Wilson later said, "Only God and the sea know what happened to the great ship." Then there is the chilling tale of the Ellen Austin in 1881. This ship encountered an abandoned vessel drifting in the triangle. The captain sent a prize crew aboard to salvage it, but a sudden storm separated the 2 ships. When the storm cleared days later, the abandoned ship was spotted again. But the prize crew, the men who had boarded it, were gone, vanished. The captain, determined to salvage the vessel, sent a second crew aboard. Again, a squall hit. Again, the ships were separated. And when the abandoned ship was found a third time, it was empty. The second crew had also vanished into thin air. It was a ghost ship that consumed anyone who dared to step aboard. Over the last century, more than 50 ships and 20 airplanes have disappeared in this triangle connecting Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Thousands of lives have been lost. Is it just bad luck? Or is there a force here that defies the laws of physics? One survivor, pilot Bruce Gernon, believes he knows the answer. In 1970, he flew into a strange elliptical cloud tunnel. He described electronic fog that attached itself to his wings. His instruments failed. He traveled 100 miles in just 3 minutes, a feat that is mathematically impossible for his aircraft. He believes he experienced a warp in space-time. But if the sky is dangerous, what lies beneath the waves might be even more terrifying. While pilots struggle in the sky, oceanographers have discovered something equally disturbing on the ocean floor. Deep below the Bermuda Triangle, sonar scans have picked up strange anomalies. Some researchers claim to have found massive crystal pyramids, 3 times larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza. These structures are perfectly smooth and appear unnatural. This discovery connects to the legend of Atlantis. In 1968, divers found the Bimini Road, a formation of limestone blocks that looks like a paved street under the water. Believers say these pyramids are actually ancient power plants left by a lost civilization, still emitting energy beams that scramble the navigational instruments of ships above. But others look to the U.S. military. There is a theory about AU tech. the Atlantic Undersea Test and Evaluation Center. Located on Andros Island, this high-security Navy base is often called the Underwater Area 51. Conspiracy theorists claim the Navy isn't just testing torpedoes there. They report seeing UFOs diving into the water at impossible speeds. Is the triangle actually a base for extraterrestrial visitors? However, science offers a more violent explanation. Methane hydrates. The ocean floor here is rich in trapped methane gas. Scientists theorize that underwater landslides can release massive methane bubbles. Imagine a bubble the size of a stadium rushing to the surface. When it hits a ship, the water's density drops instantly. The ship doesn't sink slowly. It falls like a stone to the bottom. No SOS, no wreckage. In the sky, meteorologists have observed hexagonal clouds. These clouds act like air bombs, blasting microbursts of wind down at 170 miles per hour. These winds are powerful enough to knock planes out of the sky before pilots even know what hit them. So, what is the truth? Is the Bermuda Triangle a graveyard of air bombs and gas explosions? Is it the site of a submerged alien base? Or is it a portal, a wormhole that opens a door to another dimension? Critics argue that statistically the number of accidents here is normal. They say the triangle is a myth, but that doesn't explain the terrified final words of Flight 19. We are completely lost. Something happens in this patch of ocean, something that watches, waits, and occasionally takes. The Bermuda Triangle reminds us that the deep blue sea still keeps its darkest secrets.